Hey guys, how you doing? So as promised, we're gonna do a Kydex press. This will be the large one for my larger blades. And you've seen this one before, but I'm gonna show you everything from beginning. One thing what I did change this time, I actually got 1x6, not 2x6, so it's thinner. I did get the pressure treated wood for outdoors. It is much tougher and stronger. I was hoping to get some oak, but I didn't see no oak pieces that I could use, so I just got, 8 feet of this, and I got plenty left. Could actually still do a small piece of this. So you need something, I would say at least 6 inch wide. I think 2x4 is a little too narrow to, probably smaller pieces will be fine, smaller sheets, but for the big one it's a little too narrow. Got 2 of these clamps. I actually have them clamped now. 1 hinge. I got 2. I was thinking that I could fit 2 of them there, but they won't fit. So you're looking at hinge like this is $4.30. Clamps are, if I remember right, they were $8 for a clamp. I'm not sure still if this will be big enough. For the other one I have this one. I got smaller just because I figured that it will be smaller, but it should be just enough. And I got the foam from Knife Kits. You see I already cut it in half. Just try to do a better job than I did in cutting in half. I didn't put no line in there, nothing. It was just freehand cut, but it will do. So the foam is about $20 for 2 feet by 1 feet, which is exactly what I need for this. I cut the wood just couple inches longer than the foam is, about 4 inches longer than the foam is, to give me a little space on the beginning and on the end. And this time I'm actually gonna use a piece of cotton, 2 big pieces of cotton to cover the foam. I always do that because sometimes when you overheat the Kydex, it won't do anything to Kydex, but it will actually be too hot for the foam and it will melt. And especially if you're sometimes remolding something that already has the rivets in, that metal gets really hot, much more, hotter than the Kydex, and it will melt into the foam and it will, ruin your foam. So that's why I'm putting, before I was using paper towels and stuff like that to prevent that. This time I'm gonna do nice cotton, old t-shirt. So I clamp these. I put a piece of wood in between them and clamp them. This is something what you might have to do, depending once you put everything together and what type of fit it is. Right now I have about 3/4, a little over 3/4 of an inch space between the 2 of them. Now figure this is 1 inch foam, squeezable, and considering that I want to have a nice tight fit once I clamp the stuff together when I'm doing the sheets, it is probably about what I want, but maybe it will be too tight, so maybe I will end up using making it a little wider. That's one thing that you actually gonna see after everything is done. So I clamp them, put these 2 pieces perfectly even both ways, and I'm gonna put the hinge here like so. Now one thing what I highly recommend is doing this with the little longer screws than what they come up with, because they come with very short screws, and the pressures you're gonna have if you're doing tight squeeze like I do, these might be a little too short. So I'm using longer regular wood screws, sheetrock screws, and I am pre-drilling them, because when you pre-drill them you eliminating the risk of cracking the wood, and which is very important in this case, not to crack that wood in the grain, so it will be stronger. Drill 2 holes just to hold the hinge in. You see, I got that in with 2 screws. Now I'm gonna just drill the rest and set those screws in. One more thing what I forgot to mention. What you're gonna need is some kind of adhesive. I'm using just adhesive spray adhesive to hold the foam in. Hopefully the 6 screws will be strong enough. They should be plenty strong. That's what I use on the other press as well, and it's working out good. And I am cranking it down sometimes really hard. Should probably raise this up so you see what I'm doing. If anything, I can always, you know, put stronger, bigger screws or different hinge in there. Or I might even, we'll see, maybe it will be too hard and maybe I will have to up the wood and go with the 2x6, but hopefully not. So once I have this, I can remove the clamps. It's already held in place with by the hinge. I will actually use one of these woods for the bottom portion. You know, let's make this one bottom as a little step up, so when I have it on the floor, this portion is off the floor, so I can, you know, fit my clamp underneath it. So let's do that now as well. Just 2 screws, couple inches from the end. Oops. So there we have the main mechanism of it. You see that? Hopefully that hinge will be strong enough. Now I'm just gonna take my foam, you know, spray some. This is the straight piece, straight cut, and this doesn't really matter that much, but I'm gonna position it about halfway. You see, about 2 inch on this side and 2 inch on this side. So what I'm gonna do is take the spray. Doesn't have to be a lot of glue. Just so it holds. Just like so. Same thing on the other side. Like so. Make sure it is about somewhat even. And now you see, it actually looks good. Now when I crank it down, it looks like it's about what I like on my press. Looks like the pressure, you know, what I like. And let's see if the clamps are big enough. Yep, perfect fit. You see that clamp once it's down, and now I can squeeze it more. So far it looks good. Now I just have to do the t-shirt, and the t-shirt is actually the cotton, you know, whatever, cotton cloth. So what I do for that actually is set this nice over that foam, like so. Both of them actually. I'll close this. Like so, and now I'll just take the cotton, loop the top piece over the top, and here probably ideal would be staples. I don't have my staple gun home, actually it's in my work, so most likely I will just use a piece of duct tape. Might be a good idea too, because it will be easily removable, and it's something most of you guys also have home. So I'll just take a duct tape, you know, tape, you could also use that glue again, but I actually like this to be removable and easily removable. So, you know, whatever, I get some kind of glue in there or something, or Kydex melts it, it won't melt the cotton, but you know, whatever happens, I have a way of replacing that cotton protection there, which is always good. Same thing on the bottom. Duct tape is the most universal thing ever invented. Okay, I'll just remove the clamps. I will actually probably make this, put one more piece of wood on the bottom to raise it even more, because it's still just too little clearance. To make the life easier, I'll raise it a little bit higher. I might redo this because it looks a little ghetto with the duct tape, but it will work and it will make the replacing of that cotton shirt easier. So there you have it, you know, nice Kydex press capable of pressing big blades, and I cannot wait to test it, you know, for my Excalibur. It will be ideal. Really good squeeze. I just hope the hinge and the wood will, you know, will be able to take the load, but they should. So there it is. It's pretty simple. You see what it took me, 15 minutes with everything, you know. It took me 2 minutes to cut the wood and cut the foam. Very simple, very easy, and very cheap, very workable. Some people do Kydex presses open this way, you know, not long way, but sideways. I like this because it's more, you know, more compact. Works for me, but I don't know, you know, you always see the presses opening this way, but they are much bigger, because if you imagine having this wood sideways, you need the big leverage to actually get that pressure what I use on my presses. So that's why I like this way, because this way it's still compact and I have the leverage to create that nice pressure on the end. Also, nice thing about this is I can get, you know, if I crank it down really well, I will have really high pressure along the whole length, or I can also achieve tighter here, looser here, you know. So whichever way I put the blade in, I will, you know, kind of control the squeeze and press that way. So hope you enjoyed it, guys. Hope you found it helpful. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.